I'm here at TechDay on Pier 94 in New York City. Hundreds and thousands of startups are showcasing their many talents. We saw a lot of interesting companies working in areas such as AR as well as VR and on-demand services. We'll bring you a lot of interviews today so you have an idea of what's taking place today. Everybody likes a good cup of coffee at their office, so tell me how your subscription service works.
Sure. So we are a membership. Our clients subscribe and they receive our machine, and the coffee every month is roasted. We ship it on a monthly basis with our machine.
And what are some of the price points available for your Luxbeverage subscription?
Sure. So we start at 70 cents per cup. That's for startup and small offices with less than 10 employees. And then we can go down to even like 40 cents if they consume a lot of coffee.
And coffee is important to a lot of people, and I'm sure you must have a passion for coffee, which is why you started it. So how did you come up with this idea?
The idea came in my old office. I used to drink the plastic pots. I'm originally from Italy. And so I'm used to very good coffee, and it had to be like fresh ground. So I decided why not having like a service that actually can have the machine that fresh ground the coffee, on each cup. And that's how I came up with the idea. And from there it's 2 years, and we've been scaling the company so far.
And speaking of scaling, growth is very important to startups. So what have your sales been so far, and where do you plan to go from here?
So, that's a question that they always ask me. I always answer, you never know. Last year we grew 400% in sales. So this year, I don't know. I hope I'm going to do better than that. I always try to push myself. We see demand. We always try to improve. We learn from our mistakes. And, from there, we keep moving forward. And, the most important thing is if you have a great team of people, that's how you can scale.
I'm here at TechDay in New York, and I'm with the co-founders of Apprentice Field Suite. I'm joined by Angelo as well as Gary. So starting out with Gary, he's wearing this contraption right here on his head, and you might be wondering what it is. So he'll tell us exactly what his company does. Gary, what do you guys do?
Sure, yeah. This is one of the manufacturers of smart glasses, so one of the devices that I have here. It's a few different types. You'll see a little bit later on. What we do is we use augmented reality in the complex manufacturing space, specifically pharmaceutical manufacturing, so that they can help make drugs cheaper. And this device here helps them with their process in the manufacturing.
And when we talk about drug pricing, it is a controversial subject right now.
Sure.
So I'm sure that accuracy is very important. So can you tell me about how your software makes life easier?
Sure. So we developed a specialized software for pharmaceutical manufacturing that allows companies to have full audit trails of pretty much everything that's going on. So by doing that, it allows companies to have complete transparency into what their employees may be doing, what data they may be collecting, and what procedures they may be using as they're developing drugs for consumers for either cancer medicine, over-the-counter, all different types of different drugs throughout the industry.
And it looks like you have another contraption here, so tell me what this does.
So we have different devices that we have on at the moment, but this is another device. This is called Microsoft's HoloLens. And this device specifically is good for true augmented reality, showing 3D pieces of equipment, 3D versions of viruses, 3D versions of different ways to do different processes. And it can really show true augmented reality type of stuff, where these devices are meant for more glanceable information. Show me what I have to do, and then get out of my way.
And AR and VR is a space that's growing rapidly. There are tens and thousands of startups here today at TechDay. So tell us a little bit about the backstory. How did you guys get started?
Sure, yeah. We started about 3.5 years ago, and it really evolved from specific pain points of somebody in the industry. One of our co-founders is a process engineer in this space. So it evolved from specific things that she wanted to achieve to make the company more efficient, to make interaction within the company. Most of these pharma companies are global entities. So using augmented reality and virtual reality helps them collaborate and improve their processes.
Growth is important for a small company, so can you tell me a little bit about your client base and what you plan to do in terms of growth?
Absolutely. So right now we have 5 of the top 10 largest pharma companies in the world as customers, in addition to a number of smaller biotech, CMOs, equipment manufacturers, and they've deployed our solution globally. We're in Asia, South America, Europe, across the US, and so we really feel that in 2017 it's a huge shift that's happening in AR and VR, where companies are finally taking it really seriously and identifying really high impact use cases that a lot of our customers are using right now around the world.
I'm here at TechDay, and I'm joined by Michelle, who's the community manager of Joynture. Now, Joynture is a shared office space, and they have a location down on Wall Street. I'm sure some of us are very familiar with Joynture. So, Michelle, tell me a little bit about what you guys do.
Okay, so we're a co-working space down on Wall Street, as you mentioned. We have an all-inclusive price for our members, so we don't charge anything additional for conference rooms. Members get 24/7 access, free coffee, snacks, special hours with venture capitalists, and we also have Bobo the bear, who's our mascot, so they also get to hang out with Bobo all the time.
And there are a lot of startups here at TechDay, so I'm sure you've talked to a lot of them. So what are some of the trends you're seeing in terms of startups right now?
I think there's a lot of unique startups right now. I've seen a lot that obviously almost everybody has an app, even if it's something that you wouldn't even think would have an app. There's a lot of on-demand services, and I've seen quite a few food startups as well.
And when you're an entrepreneur, it can be really lonely to work alone or just with a handful of coworkers. So what do you think are some of the advantages of working in a co-working space?
So exactly, instead of working alone or in a small apartment with just your 2 or 3 coworkers, you get to work around hundreds of other people and collaborate with them, toss around ideas. The cool thing about our space is it's a variety of different companies. They're not all just one vertical, and you're not competitors, so you're really more free about sharing information, tips on how to pitch to a VC. So that's really one of the great points of working at Joynture.
And at Joynture, do you guys have events exclusive to the location?
Yeah, so we have some private events for members only, but then we also have community events that anyone's allowed to come to, from panel discussions to networking to expert speakers. We even have professional advisors like attorneys come give free advice like we're doing tomorrow night.
TechDay here in New York is wrapping up. I'm sitting here with the founder as well as CEO of Furnishare, Al. Now, Al, tell me a little bit about your business and what you guys do.
Sure. We're a used furniture company online. What we do is we offer free pickups to anybody who has great furniture and they want to basically get rid of it or sell it. They pick a date. So they have a 1-minute submission process on our site. We go and pick it up from them on that date that they wanted. And that's basically all the work that they have to do. And after that, we have a large warehouse facility where we do professional cleaning, professional photography of all these pieces that we pick up. And then all the pieces get uploaded on our website. We market them, we algorithmically price them to find the right price for every piece. And when they sell, we share part of the revenue with the person who provided it. And on the other end, if you're looking for great furniture and a great deal that's going to be delivered as fast as next day, you can come on our site. It's basically like any other e-commerce process. Just add whatever you want to your cart, just check out, tell us when you want it delivered, and we'll take care of it.
And when you live in a metropolitan area, it can be difficult to get rid of furniture, but it can also be challenging to find furniture. So tell me how you came up with this idea and this business model.
So it's actually going back to completely personal experiences I had living in New York City as a New Yorker. My first 6 years in the city, I actually moved 6 times. So I've used moving companies, multiple ones. I've tried doing it on my own, rented a U-Haul, asked a couple of friends to help me, et cetera, et cetera. I've tried selling my furniture online. I've tried buying used furniture online. I've tried it all. And 2.5 years ago, I was getting married, and we were furnishing a new place. And it just dawned on me at that point that this is a very painful process that I really understand. And I was looking for the next company to start. I had a company before this, and I was looking for the next thing to do. And it just flashed all of a sudden. I thought, this is a problem I understand personally, and there's got to be a way to do it better. There's so much waste that I'm sure you know as a New Yorker. You walk around, you constantly see great furniture on the sidewalk. So I thought I'll take a stab at it, see if we can, do something better for everybody.
There may be people in the viewing audience watching this today, and they might be wondering how they can get involved and sell furniture or buy furniture. So tell us where they can go for more information.
They can just go to Furnishare.com. To submit pieces, it's extremely easy. As soon as you go to the site, there's a Submit Furniture link. It's a 1-minute, 1-page process. You just tell us what the item is, just send us a current picture. And then at the last page, just tell us when we can pick up from where. That's really it. You hear back from us within 24 hours. And if you're looking to buy furniture, just go to Furnishare.com, browse the catalog, just as you would with any e-commerce site. Whatever you like, just add it to cart, check out. We'll be there the day you ask us to.
And that is a wrap from New York Tech Day 2017. It was a large event today, and we saw the biggest gathering of U.S. startups. For those of you who missed today's event, you can attend later on this year in London as well as in L.A. I'm Remy Blaire reporting from Pier 94 for Modern Wall Street.